Hi, everybody. I almost forgot to press the record button, but I did not. So this is our second session of Pasión de las Pasiones, Our Burning Hearts. We have a slight change in our cast. So Robert is joining us as the employee, la empleada, for this session and future sessions. We'll see. Yeah, so we're going to do I think let's do one super quick round of introductions. Just your name and your character, and then we'll just jump right in. So let's. I think I want to leave the characters who are involved in the scene to introduce themselves last. So let's start with Robert, our newcomer.
Yeah, hi, I'm Robert. I use he, him pronouns. I'm playing Violetta, the employee, uses she, her pronouns. And she has chosen as her suitors, I guess I'll throw that out real quick too, of Antonio and Cristiano, and she's currently in love with Antonio.
Right. Ooh, that's gonna be good because the two of them are currently wrapped up in each other right now. So that's fantastic. And then next, our mysterious twin.
So Esteban Zapatero, my name is Lowell, he, him. Esteban is also he, him. I was disguised as Louise last time, but there will be shocking reveal here soon enough.
Yes, absolutely.
Just a shocking reveal on next episode.
And speaking of, I feel like our player who brought the most shocking circumstance last session, Stephen, why didn't you go ahead?
Hey, I'm Steven, he, him, and I'm playing Antonio R. Caballero, also he, him, moody starer and whatnot. Yeah.
Right, and last but not least, Charles.
Hi, I'm Charles, he, him, playing Cristiano, also he, him. The belleza, the beauty, just wants to be loved.
Absolutely, by everybody, as much as possible.
Literally everybody.
Literally everybody. Okay, and so right now we come back from our commercial break. The audience doesn't know what happened. They probably watched the detergent commercial with great anger, trying to figure out what's going to happen next. They're probably talking amongst themselves. But we cut back to the start of the second half of the episode, and we see that Cristiano and Antonio were in each other's arms, falling into the dressing room, trying to open it, but they discovered the body of the boss's Louise's cousin, who has been skewered by the same sword that Antonio was offered earlier in the episode. And almost too quickly, the police show up. Surely someone tipped them off. There's no way that the police can normally get here that quickly, especially in this area of the resort. So this is a special contingency of the police that are here at the resort. Normally, they're supposed to keep away until someone can come in and control the scene. So it's strange to see them here so quickly. So there are about 6 of them. And they look at Cristiano and Antonio, and they start asking very, very pointed questions. You can see someone come in, they're already dusting for fingerprints on the murder weapon. They're taking photos of what's happening. Stephen and Cristiano. I'm sorry, Antonio and Cristiano. I'm wondering, would anyone like to spot something out of place or do something else in this scene?
Is there something interesting happening if I fail it? Because I think that in that case, Cristiano will definitely give it a go. He's at -2. So.
Oh yeah, sure. Something very interesting is we're gonna have someone who's not supposed to be here get away with evidence. This could look bad for Cristiano and the following he's trying to build. So there is that.
So are we're on Lately Carefully Leech? Is that the right one?
Yeah, that's the same one.
Okay.
Lately Careful Leech.
Reroll. Oh, sorry, I didn't do the questions.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. No worries.
Am
So
I
are
the
you the
center?
center?
I'm probably not the center of attention, which is why I'm immediately going to try and make myself the center of attention. Because
Yeah,
I imagine the
everyone's
dead
looking at
body
the
is probably, everyone's looking, the body is the center of attention.
Right.
Have I been intimate with the body or the police recently? No.
Ooh. Unless you want to establish that, I'm okay with that.
Okay, why not? Yes, I have been intimate with the
That's
the
why
late
he was
cousin.
waiting for you.
He was a bit of a sugar daddy for me the last few weeks.
Yeah. So, in fact, we have a close up and a flashback of a beautiful watch that you have that was given as a gift from them.
That's still on my hand.
Yeah, exactly.
And perhaps on the back, it's engraved with his name from Oscar.
Yeah, perfect.
Something else. Yes.
Yeah, so you get that a 1 for that.
And are you
If
free of
anyone
other?
were to kill me, I'd want it to be you.
Yeah. Yes. I love the way you choke me or something like that. Are you free of other distractions? Definitely not free of other distractions, because I thought I was about to start getting it on with Antonio a few seconds ago.
Absolutely. So you're rolling with a total of -1, is that right? Because you said you have a -2.
Yes, -1, so that makes 7.
Oh, hey, that's not bad though.
So I think I rolled 4, 4, 8. Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to say, instead of our poor body asking you a question in return, it'll be the police noticing something. But yeah, so which you get to ask 2 questions. What's your first question?
From this list here.
Mm-hmm.
That's any of those fit.
We should have put it to the police, but I think we can still. I think we can try to figure out what he was doing there, right? So
we can make it past tense.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say.
What was Oscar planning?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. At this point, the police turn over his pockets in his very fancy coat, and they discover within it, it's a small jewelry box. And when they open it, there's a wedding ring inside. And you hear the police talking amongst themselves. This looks like a wedding ring. Was he going to propose to someone? We have to drop a list of possible suspects. It could be a jilted lover, they say.
Okay.
Everyone loves Cristiano.
Yes. Yes.
What's your second question?
Well, I think I know how the character feels about me. How can I get the police to think it's someone else?
Oh, that's a good one.
Can I slip something onto something? Oh, can I secretly slip my? Am I supposed to be? How close am I to Antonio? Yeah, it's not close enough. I see if I can, by sleight of hand, slip my my watch off my hand and into Antonio's pocket.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I'm gonna say that's an act of desperation roll.
Okay.
I really like it. Just to make sure no one catches you doing it.
Okay. And this is a problem because, am I the center of attention? No, I don't want to be the center of attention in doing this.
Yeah.
Am I doing this for love? No, I'm doing it for fear. Am I doing this for vengeance? No, because I actually have a soft spot for Antonio. But if it's me or him,
Right. Can't blame you. So you're rolling with a. Do you have anything against your act with desperation, or is it just at a
I
flat
don't
roll?
think so. Yeah, it's just a flat roll. Strikeout is the other one.
Got it.
Roll selected. 5.
Okay. I will. Okay, so either you take one condition, your choice, of course, and the police catch you, or I'll give you the choice, mark 2 conditions, but you get away with it.
I'll mark 1 condition, and maybe the police see me because I'm a little too obvious. I'm not a thief. I'm a singer, and I'll take lustful because when death is around, it makes me feel more alive.
I love this so much.
So I'm definitely looking for someone tonight now. Not that I wasn't 5 minutes ago as well.
Fantastic. So as you are doing this, Antonio, do you know what he's doing? Do you see it, or are you going to let the police catch it?
No, I think that probably because you do go with the lustful, that I assume you're trying to pass it off as like a caress, but then my hand catches you, and I'm Cristiano. What is this? I say loudly.
And the police, we're gonna say like it's an older gentleman. Of course, he has to be ridiculously handsome for television, like large chin. What did they call those? Like when they have a cleft chin? Is that right? Like yeah. So like he has a
chin dimple, cleft chin.
Yeah. And he's a really big square jaw, big shoulders. He comes over in this. He's the only one not in uniform. Like he has a large coat and sort of a rumpled tie. He has a coffee stain on his shirt. He comes over and he grabs both of your hands, and then with the other one, he like uses a pencil to like pick up the watch, and he doesn't break eye contact with Cristiano as someone comes over with like a plastic bag to like take the evidence, and he says, "We have a lot to cover. The 2 of you, make sure you are where I can find you." And he turns over to the same assistant who got the watch, and he says, "Quickly, take down their names, and we'll talk to them later." And he murmurs, "We've been given express orders to allow some leeway here, so remember that." And he ignores the 2 of you, moves back to... So this is a good chance for the 2 of you to slip away. And I think... Do we want to have our keys of the castle move activate here?
I was thinking about that. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
but
it's always the camera can move to like there she was this whole time. Would you like to see if you get away with it?
Yeah. So let's see. I ask my questions here. So am I in over my head? I would say maybe. I mean, I think, I probably don't deal a lot with the police.
If you're just hanging around a crime scene, I'd say probably.
Yeah. Okay. Do I work here? Where is the crime scene?
The dressing rooms next to the lounge where you met.
I think close enough.
Yeah. I mean, I think I probably have used the dressing rooms. Am I dressed to blend in? I mean, I'm dressed in my cocktail waitress outfit, so I think yes.
Yeah, sure. Ooh, power move at +30.
So, yeah, rolling +3. So that's an 11.
Ooh, okay. So what happens on an 11?
On a 10+, you get away without being spotted or ask the conspirators a follow-up question, your choice. Yeah, I'm going to say I get away without being spotted.
Right. So the camera comes over to you and we see you. What are you hiding behind? Like a potted plant or?
Yeah, a potted plant, or maybe there's just like an open door. Like, yeah, maybe I was like in this room, and when everybody started coming in, they opened the door, and I just happened to be behind the door. Like, I
Yeah.
just kind of got trapped there, and now I'm just like, oh well, I guess I'll just listen in.
Oh my gosh, that's so perfect. So during that moment when everyone is looking at Cristiano and Antonio, that's when you make your escape. You walk off without anyone seeing you. And yeah, so
I was going to say, does that mean that Violetta was there before us in the room and therefore saw the body and
ooh, yeah. Do
maybe
we want
called
to
the police?
establish that? What do you think?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, maybe I am the one that discovered it, and then I went to leave, and everybody else just started coming in, and I'm just stuck behind the door.
Really good. I like it. Yeah. In fact, when you made the call to the police, what they actually told you was that it'll take them 30 minutes to get there. So you don't know how this group got here so quickly. But yeah, okay. So is there anything else you want to do in the scene before we shift and see what our mysterious twin is up to? Okay, I think we're okay. So, Esteban, when the camera shifts, what are you up to?
I think that we will see Esteban, perhaps watching the helicopter take off, and then he is rapidly in motion. His plans have started, and now I think is the moment when we see the masks pulled away, and we see that in fact Esteban, Louise, the person who's been manipulating things behind the scenes, is in fact Antonio's twin, and he says, let the games begin. And I am, in fact, what I would like to try and do is I would like to reveal a shocking truth.
Ooh, okay.
I want to go to that move there.
Awesome.
And
Yeah, so it's on the other moves tab just so that other people can see it if they like.
So I'm going to have to mark a condition. I have one condition marked already. And I'm going to mark righteous as my other condition. So I'll be rolling with a +2 here.
Awesome. Oh, do you also have do you add your question or?
Oh, I think I do. You're right. So my question, am I taking advantage of my twin's reputation? I not quite yet. Not
Got
quite
it.
yet.
And it does anyway, like all the others tell us to roll with questions. This one specifically says roll with conditions.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
So I will go ahead and roll for my party. Got these yellow dice. I'm rolling with a +2. So that is 12.
Ooh, wow. Okay, so what happens on a 12?
So on a 12 now. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So here is what it is this is the revelation. I'm pulling out these papers, and what these papers are is they're the first step, because they're going to cause so much problem. And that is that they show that given Louise's absence and given the passing of that poor cousin, that in fact Antonio is the person who stands to benefit the most in this situation, and stands to end up with control over a larger portion of the casino. I want to check and see if that works for you, Stephen.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if how you're making this work with the kind of way that the move works.
Well, I think I have two choices. So it's unequivocal evidence that this is true. And I think we're kind of inverting the shocking truth gives you rightful claim. In fact, it's giving you rightful claim.
Yeah, but I was going to say, check what it says on a hit, that the news is staggering. Before acting against you, they must act with desperation before acting against you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just wondering, like, you need to like actually reveal that to me somehow. I feel like is what the move I thought implied.
Ooh.
But maybe I just misunderstand the move.
No, I mean, I think you could read it that way if that's the way you want to read that.
Okay, I mean, maybe I'm just misunderstanding it, but okay.
No, I mean, I'm good either way. If you want to do that, I'm willing to. We can roll back on that.
Yeah, we can script change a bit. Do we want to have it that Antonio's on the scene, or are you going to reveal yourself to Antonio in this moment?
Yeah, I think in that case, I'm going to hold off on that move then.
Yeah, no worries. That's okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So,
so I'll pass.
Like, if you want to just have the arrest trigger, and then we can just save that other little on a hit thing for like when we actually meet up. That's fine. I just wanted to clarify how that was working.
Sure. I'm good either way on that.
Ooh, yeah, that kind of. I do like doing half the move now and half the move later. If that
sure, I'm
makes
fine
sense.
putting that on the shelf.
Yeah. So we can, but yeah. So we're gonna say that we see these papers, to really sell it. I'm going to have that same detective show up, and they're standing in front of you, and they're saying, "Are you sure that this is going to hold in court?"
And I don't think you need to worry about that. I don't think you need to worry. You just need to keep on here, and there will be a fat payday for you and your associates when all of this is said and done, if everything goes according to plan. But I have one question for you, detective. Who put that sword through our good friend? Because that was not in the plan.
He looks confused for a moment, and he says, look. Me and my boys and girls, we're sticking our necks out for you here. We followed the plan. As you said to make it traumatic. Isn't a dead body traumatic?
There's drama, and then there's stupidity.
Now, wait a minute. I don't take kindly to that, he says.
Fair enough. I will work to see how I can lay this at another person's feet.
Look, one less rich person, that's fine with me.
Well, we will see about that, detective.
And then he nods, salutes at you slightly. Then he makes a motion at the rest of his team, and they walk away from the... it's like one of those weird telenovela moments, like, why are they having this conversation now in a helicopter pad? But that's what's happening, so...
And I think when he steps away, you do see, I've had that air of confidence and control. And I do think that that's the point at which you see me worried. I'm looking around like this murder is made things much more difficult. This is not what I wanted. And I think I'm going to have to head deeper into the bowels of the casino to see who I can manipulate to my ends.
I think of Valerie will be there. Like, the camera will shift and she's behind you. And she says, now. We can still make this work. Don't worry, darling. She purrs. We'll still make it work. I'll help you. We'll work on this together.
I see. Somehow a murder happens, and somehow you are here asking for me to be put in your debt. Very clever, Valerie.
And, oh, are you going to accuse her of lying?
Yes, but I'm very bad at it right now.
And because she's saying, are you insisting that I'm not here to do anything but help you?
I don't think we have an audience.
No, it's just the two of you.
I don't think I have any concrete evidence. And am I taking advantage of my twin's reputation? Not yet. I haven't brought Antonio in onto the stage here. So I think that is a -2 I'm rolling with there.
Ooh, okay, let's see what happens.
I mean, there is all the possibility in the world that it could go well for me.
Yeah.
That is not one of those times that it does.
What
So
did
that is
you-
a 3.
Total? Ooh.
Total.
Ooh. Okay, so I'll say mark another condition. Ooh. How many conditions are you at?
Well, let's see. That will put me at 3 out of 4.
Ooh. Okay, we're close to a meltdown.
Yes.
Yeah. Though there are ways to relieve conditions, if I'm not mistaken. Am I?
There are,
misremembering? Yeah.
but
Yeah,
they're
just
not
in
easy.
case. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. So when you say that to her, I'm going to say that she responds really badly. She looks at you and she says, like the way people just turn a dime in their emotions. So she looks at you straight in the eyes. It like zooms in to her face, and she says, "Esteban, for this, I'll remember this. I'll make sure that you regretted throwing my love away, breaking my heart. I'm sure Antonia will have something to say about this," she says, stalking away. Why? So my question for you is, why don't you stop her, knowing that she could ruin all your plans?
Because there is still a spark there. I think those words that she said cut me to the quick. And that makes me hesitate, perhaps a moment too long.
Ooh, perfect. So I am tempted to ask our employee if she was listening, but I think it's a little far from the dressing room, maybe. But it is telenovela logic. If you want to push it, I'm okay with it.
Nah, I think I'm good with not knowing everything.
Just mostly everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so let's cut back to, I think this is a good chance for us to see what our employee is up to, what she's going to do with this information. Do you want to go to one of the characters and check in on them, check in on one of your loves, and see what's happening?
So remind me real quick, like, what all did I learn from being in that room when all of that went down?
Ooh, yeah, because you notice that no one else knows about the murder. They're locking down on that information. So you did learn that the cousin of Luis, who was supposed to quite possibly take control of the resort and casino, they were murdered. You also learned that they were there to propose to someone. There was a wedding ring. You don't know that it was Cristiano necessarily, but you know that the wedding ring was there. You also know that Cristiano was trying to place a watch in Antonio's pocket. And I think you saw that lustful moment between the two of them, quite possibly. You at least saw the door open and they like burst in each other's arms before panicking. So there is that. And you also know that the police showed up way too quickly. Like there's something off about all of this.
Okay, so based on that, yeah, I think maybe Maybe a scene like, I'm just doing my job as a cocktail waitress, and maybe a scene with me and Antonio makes sense. With Antonio being my boss, like a check-in scene.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that maybe you come to the bar and it's actually like shuttered and closed, but you see Antonio like inside going into the back room, because I'm returning there to get from the back room safe the revolver I used back when I was in the game.
Yeah.
I just love Antonia's character. It's so good. Yeah. Okay. So, what does the bar normally look like? Like when it's like, is it a cozy bar or is it quite a large one?
Yeah, I think it's a cozy bar because like it's not like it's the one thing that I retain from that wasn't stolen from us by the Zapateros.
Absolutely. Okay, so it's a small cozy bar with rich woods, and you're there at the back. And so, Violetta, you see your employer, who's also your love, go towards the back. And I think you see. Do we see her? Does she see you like opening the safe and everything? Or
Yeah, I think she sees me opening the safe, but then like when I hear her come in, like we see me turn around and like I like holster the gun in like my back pocket.
perfect. Okay, what happens next?
Antonio, I mean, sir, what are you doing here?
I had with what's happening on the island, I had returned here to make certain that nothing was out of place. What are you doing here though, Violetta? I thought that uh I had decided not to open the bar today.
Yeah, I just wanted to check in. I mean, it's a good idea with the people that come around here. Sometimes you don't open the bar and they decide to open it on their own. And wait, what is it that's happening on the island?
Is someone trying to mislead, distract, or trick someone, or are we going to just continue first?
Let me see what that move will actually accomplish, because I feel like
Sure.
I want to get found out to some degree.
Ooh,
But
right.
But like yeah, if you want to like roll that move against me, I think you're being honest with me. I think you're just coming in here not knowing anything.
Yeah, because I think I know enough at this point that when you said, with everything going on the island, I'm like, wait a second, what is going on? So yeah, okay, so I'll go ahead and roll that. So am I in over my head? Yeah, I think so. Is there pressure for them to act the right way? Who's the them in this case? Is that me or is that you?
Antonio?
I think that's me.
Yeah. I actually personally have I'm never completely sure about that trigger, if I'm going to be honest. So, because I'm not sure what the right way means. Like proper?
I guess like either proper to the situation or what they feel is right.
Okay.
I'd honestly say that like, is there pressure for me to act the right way? I might say yes, because I am one of your loves.
Yeah, I think.
And I am El Caballero.
Of course. Do they think you have been honest with them? I think so. I don't think there's any reason to suspect Violetta at this point.
Our power playing employada. So you have a +3 to the roll.
So that's a 6 total.
Oh no. Okay, first mark a condition, let me know what condition you're marking. And then I'll make a response in relation to that.
I will mark cornered.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, so my question for you, Violetta, is what slips from your person? Like, what evidence shows that you were in the room with Antonio and Cristiano earlier?
Hmm.
Like, do you say something, or is it something physical that shows?
Yeah, I think maybe when I'm questioning about, what is happening on the island, I just like let slip something about, like, oh, I saw police, but I wasn't sure what they were here for. And the only way I would have seen the police is if I were near the crime scene.
Right, because the two of you noticed, like, leaving the crime scene, that there was no evidence of the police coming in or out. It was quite hush hush. So, Antonio, you have evidence that Violetta was there in the dressing room, or at least near the dressing room, right? At least in there enough to see the police. What do you do?
Violetta, what were you doing at the crime scene? And I kind of approach you, and I kind of like am gripping your shoulders protectively in my hands.
I was just trying to do my job. I try to get as many tips as possible, and I was just checking in on everything, and I don't know what's going on, and I never meant to learn anything. I just I see cops and I get worried.
Violetta, I know that you only have your heart in the right place, but there are dark forces circling this island. Dark forces that may drown us all. I ask you for me, that you abandon me, that you let me drown if things come to that. But I will do it all in my power to protect you. I will promise you that. And I'm demanding what I deserve.
Oh, I love this so much. Yes, okay. So, what's your question that you always answer?
Am I handling things head on and without guile? I think I am in this moment. I think I'm and the other questions are you offering something of value in return? If you think so, I wasn't necessarily thinking that protect at the time was something of value, but if people feel that that's enough.
I think that's enough at this point. I mean, I've just seen some kind of crime, so I think protection would be good.
And do they love you in this moment?
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh,
so that's
+3.
Yeah. I have no idea which are mine, so I'm just rolling the ones on the left. And that's a 12.
Ooh, what happens on a 12?
I remove one before they pick. I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna take away their runaway.
Ooh, okay. Very nice. So which one do you pick, Violetta? Do you concede or do you refuse?
You give up on your love.
Yeah, I'm going to concede.
Oh no.
Antonio, if this is how it has to be, then that's how it has to be, but I'll always hold a special place for you in my heart, and I hope neither of us come to regret this.
Oh, are you expressing your love passionately now?
I am.
Yes. One move rolling into another.
Yeah, that's how this goes, huh?
I love it.
Yeah, am I in over my head? Yeah, everything is kind of falling apart.
Aww.
Am I dressed to impress? I mean, I think I'm in my cocktail waitress uniform, so that is my job to impress. So I guess I would say yes. And do they believe that you are single? No. Well, I don't know. I mean, are we official? Or do you believe me to be single?
I don't think we're official. I think that I've at least tried to be like professional, even though there's this brewing romance between us.
So I guess to reword the question, do you believe that you're my only love?
Yeah, that's what I was also kind of thinking. Like I don't. Our triangle is so complicated, but I think that there's nothing between you and Cristiano.
Okay. So I will be rolling +3 again. And I got a 6 again.
No.
So the worst dice.
Oh my gosh, burn those dice. Delete them. Delete them. I'm willing to burn down the room if necessary. No, we've got a good hit, so maybe it's just those dice. Just delete them. First, mark a condition. Let me know which condition you're going to mark.
I am going to mark Lovelorn.
Oh, so accurate. Absolutely. Yeah, so my question for Antonio is while poor Violetta is trying to get across how much she loves you, what distracts you in this moment?
Are you actually sure you got another 6? I'm not seeing any that could have produced a 6.
Yeah, I deleted those dice already.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's why I was just kind of confused. Sorry.
That's okay.
So wait, what was the question?
Antonio, what distracts you from this confession, from this profession of love in this moment? Like, it could be something or someone comes in or happens, or it could be a flashback or a thought. Like, what do you think happens to distract you?
Oh, I think I yeah, I think I get a text from Valeria. That's like I I'm sure you want to hear more about this bloody good deal I have for you.
Ooh. Yeah. Oh my gosh, for Violetta. So like Violetta sees you look at your phone, you have an unreadable expression on your face, and Violetta's like, I was in the middle of
Kind of end up like pushing you to the side a little bit as I kind of run out the door.
Oh my gosh, perfect. Yes. I like it. Yeah, and at that moment, I think, does it make sense that Violetta sees the safes open and the gun that's usually there is missing?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, and then so we have a close-up of Violetta. How do you react seeing the guns missing, seeing Antonio rush out after getting a text from someone?
Yeah, I mean, I think we see the like stereotypical telenovela scene where I walk over and like gingerly place my hands in the safe, and then like, oh no, it's gone, and and then you see Violetta. I think she is just in tears at this point. Like she's so worried for Antonio. She still holds out hope that they can rekindle what they had, but at this point, she is worried for his life.
Yeah, does as Antonio rushes out, does Esteban want to come in and take advantage of this situation?
I actually, I want to be following Cristiano. Cristiano has to go to the beach, so I want to see what goes on there, and then possibly do a scene with Cristiano if that's okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so before we do that, how about we take, because it's been about an hour, how about we take a quick 10-minute break?
Okay.
All right, so I'll see everybody in 10 minutes. Hello, hello. How's everybody? Okay, so sorry I'm a little late. We were watching Riverdale and talking about how it breaks down into PBTA moves, so but yeah. Okay, so where we last left off, Esteban was very interested in following Cristiano and keeping track on what he's doing. So, Cristiano, what would you be doing after seeing what you saw, knowing that the police are going to catch up with you later and have questions? What do you do?
Okay, so are we going to? We're going to assume that Antonio told Cristiano that there was a meeting for him out in the abandoned casino. Let's just assume that, because I thought that's what Esteban was saying.
Yeah. Does that make sense though for Antonio?
That's a good question.
Yeah, because there are also other things Cristiano could be doing.
Out on the beach, yes. Oh, yes. Well, okay. Well, I think Antonio's frozen. He hasn't seemed to have moved for a while.
Yeah. Is he? Oh,
no, he's moving.
Hi, Stephen. Sorry, can you hear us? Yeah. So, does it make sense for Antonio to have told Cristiano about the message from their abuela or from their nanny, or would you have not said something?
Or shall I can make up another reason to go to the beach.
Yeah. So no pressure.
No, that works for me. Sorry.
Yeah. No worries. It's fine. Totally cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so we cut to you hearing, like, it's one of those weird things where it's just the camera's just focused on you receiving the news about her and the message. But what do you do? Do you actually go to the beach, or will you avoid seeing her?
No, I'll go to the beach. I'll go to the beach to see my ex fiance.
Ooh, okay. So right now it's late at night. You can hear the waves crashing on the shore. It's a pretty chilly night out here on the beach. I assume that for some bizarre reason you've changed into a different set of clothes because, of course. And so as we go towards the beach, let's do like a flashback to previous episodes from the series. What happened between you and your fiance? Like, what is the last time you talked to each other?
Okay. I feel like I always need to ramp things up to keep up with people. Okay, so the last time I saw my fiance was back in the home country when I was about to leave, and I was never Cristiano was never really keen on I'll think of the name.
Oh yeah, I have a job.
Isabella. He was never. He was. It was just Isabella was. Was playing hard to get. She was a good girl, and so Cristiano just tried extra hard. And yeah, I'm just actually checking the lines before I say something.
No, that's good practice. Mm-hmm.
Nope. Okay, good. That one's not much. So we'll do this one. The last time he saw her was 8 months. 8 months after he had several months after he'd abandoned her at the altar. Obviously, she brings him their baby daughter to take with them to make a better life in a new country.
Right. And you refused, or
No,
or is it just left hanging?
I took it.
Oh, I love.
I took her. I took her.
Yeah. Right. Oh my gosh. And how long ago was that? How old is the child now?
That was a few years ago. It would be, talking and walking by now.
Right. Yeah. So
No one knows where this. No one has seen this child before on screen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so this is a big reveal. It's probably like a super famous child actress that everyone's excited to see on the screen.
Yeah.
So, and let's see. I like the idea of your almost wife of your ex-fiance on the beach talking to the child, and it being shocking because you didn't even know they knew each other. Does that make sense to you? Like,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
so you see. Go ahead.
Yep. No, that's good.
Yeah. So I was just gonna say that you hear their voices first. You hear your abuela. I mean, you call her abuela, but she was, someone who just like looked after you, the nanny. And she's laughing and she's saying, "Oh, not so quickly, not so quickly. Abuela's having a hard time keeping up with you, my dear." And you recognize the laughter of your daughter, and you hear your daughter saying, "Are you really my mommy?" And you hear your ex-fiance's voice and say, I really wish I could be. I have a lot I need to make up for." And as you get closer, you can see her. It's been many years, and she looks very different now. She looks more mature. She looks like the years have not been kind to her in a way, but it's made her stronger at the same time. And so she turns to you and she says, "Hello, Cristiano. It's been a while."
Isabella, it certainly has. Why have you come back?
I've come back to right old wrongs. I'm here to take back my daughter. I know that I forced this upon you and it wasn't right of me, she says. Sorry, that's my partner reacting to something else on Riverdale. So sorry.
Oh.
Wait 1 second. Sorry. Anyway, it's like one of the last episodes of season.
Not yet.
Isabella, we've made a life for ourselves here. I can't think of a name for it. The child's name is Christina, because obviously.
Christina. Oh yeah, obviously.
Got to be named after me.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I love it. Okay, so
Christina and I have made a life here. We do well. Christina appears in adverts, and we do well.
Right. So Christina, in fact, Ooh. Do you want to try? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, and and to pull things in, I have Antonio. Would you like to know about my daughter in advance? Yes. Stephen? Oh no. Sorry. I was going to suggest my daughter Christina. We could say that one of the reasons I feel so safe around you is that you know about my daughter and you've been helping me because you've been a true gentleman. Yep. Sorry, turn my mic off. Yeah. So Antonio has been helping me. He looks after Christina on those nights that I'm working. We're set here. We don't need the interruption. We don't need you to disrupt what we have and what we're doing here.
Do you really think this is the life that a little girl should have? Like, with a father who is busy doing whatever it is you do on stage, doing it is whatever you do with different people? I've heard the rumors, Cristiano.
And it does say those things in front of Christina. Christina doesn't know about that sort of thing. She just thinks that Antonio and I, Antonio and I love her, loves Christina, and will look after her.
And your daughter Christina says, "Yeah, I've seen Daddy and Uncle Antonio hug each other all the time. They're really good friends." So a question I have for you is, do you want to spot something out of place in your ex-fiance who's showing up after all this time? Why now?
Yes, I want to know why now. And just to make it worse, shall we say that Isabella was a good Catholic girl before?
Ooh, yeah. Like she was really, like a model of that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Upheld in the community, so and so.
So, am I the center of attention? No. Have I been intimate with this person recently? No. Are you free of other distractions?
It's only one murder investigation hanging over your head.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Only one. Yeah, I can put these things out of my mind. So, yes, I've forgotten about the murder and the attempt to frame my my co-parent. It's out of my mind already.
That's fine.
I'm a person who doesn't, dwell on the past.
So we're with a +1. And besides, your daughter is very important to you, so this means a lot.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. So let's see. I feel like, let me know which condition you mark, and then I'll create an appropriate response.
I am now obsessed with the idea of keeping Isabella away from my daughter.
Ooh, makes sense. So let me just double check in case you still get to. I'll let you ask one question instead of two, because normally with a hit you can ask two. So you take the condition, but ask one question.
How can I get your character to go away?
Ooh. And so she steps closer to you.
Well, what do you really want, Isabella? I know that you don't care about your daughter, really. What do you really want? Is it money? I can get you money.
And she smiles and she says, "Oh, Cristiano, I don't know if you could afford to give me what I've gotten used to," she says, and her eyes have gotten very sharp, almost predatory like. This is an Isabella that you've never seen before. And she says, "What I want is for you to burn. What I want is for the fame to eat you up alive. That's what I want. Either you step away from all of this fame and I'll leave our daughter with you. But if you say no, if fame is truly more important than her, I'll make sure that I'll come at you with everything I have. I have many people who are interested in helping me," she says.
Well, I think it's time to. Well, you can't really. No.
Demand what you deserve?
Yeah, I was thinking demand what I deserve, or just straight out just lie to her.
Oh, sure. That's also good. I think that's a good idea. Either sound good.
No, I think demand what you deserve. I'm going to, Isabella, I raised Christina. I did everything that was Christina needed. I was there to change her diapers. She loves me. She loves me so much. She doesn't know who you are. She doesn't even know your name. I've never told her about you.
And at this point, you notice that Isabella's holding on to Christina's wrist really hard, and Christina's starting to cry. Like she looks like she's upset, and she's trying to pull away. And she's like, "You're hurting me."
Okay, so shall I roll for demand what we deserve, or we're just going to go straight to strike out at someone?
Oh my gosh! It's up to you.
Okay, well, I'll see if I can demand what I deserve first. I'm just checking to see.
Sure.
No, none of those. Am I the center of attention? I am now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Am I offering something of value in return? No. Do they love you in this moment? Ooh, do they love me in this moment? Have they secretly never?
They do.
Have they secretly never stopped loving me?
Yes.
Okay.
So you get +1 for that. She is moved by hatred, by love that turned to hatred.
Yes. I spurned her. 6 plus 2 because I'm the center of attention, so 8.
Nice. Okay. So on an 8, let's see. Ooh. Oh gosh. Let's see. Ooh. Gosh, but she's really vicious. I think she's going to refuse and escalate. She's going to but I just want to make sure like we're not, Christina is not going to get harmed in this situation, just to be clear. But basically what happens is she looks like she's not going to give in, and then your nanny, the abuela, says, "Ma'am, Isabella, can't you see that you're hurting the child?" And she gets caught up in the middle of things, and Isabella completely loses it. She starts screaming, and then that's when our poor Isabella clutches at her chest, and it looks like she might be having a heart attack. We don't know if that's what's happening yet. And Isabella starts screaming, completely freaking out. I think this is a good time for, if Esteban is here.
I was thinking perhaps in that moment, Isabella weakens her grip on Christina.
Oh, yeah.
And I sort of scoop her up and start running back, and perhaps run into Esteban as I'm running back.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Does that make sense for Esteban? Yeah. Because so basically, our poor Isabella is the only thing holding back Isabella right now at this time. Okay, and then so the two of you run into each other.
Check. Is Esteban, are you dressed as Luis or as Antonio?
As Antonio.
Okay.
And I'm taken aback because my intent had been to come and manipulate you, had things planned, and then suddenly you come rushing with this child at me, and Cristiano.
Oh, Antonio! Thank God you're here. Gracias a Dios. And Christina is so upset. I hand you Christina.
Oh, hello, Christina. Oh, what is happening?
Oh, Uncle Antonio, it's so scary. There's this scary woman, and she tried to. She's awful. She's awful. She says she's my mother, but she's just awful. Please, Uncle Antonio, let's get out of here.
I say, Cristiano, take her. I will go see to this woman.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Antonio. You are such a gentleman. So I'll take back Christina and rush back to home.
And at that moment, the two of you hear a gunshot.
Oh.
What do you do?
Cristiano is frozen. Antonio,
go.
Please.
Go.
Please see what happened first before I can't go.
Go now. They're already looking for you and I in this murder investigation. You don't want to be anywhere near this.
Do you need to? So Cristiano does who you believe Antonio to be? Does he need to demand what he deserves in order to get you to leave, or will you acquiesce?
Ooh. I think I'll acquiesce. What I'm wondering is, I mean, I'm going to make Antonio. It's well, once again, you keep me safe. I have no way to repay you. Please come back, and I'll come back and see me later, and I'll do all I can.
Yes, safe. Yes, safe.
Yes. And then Cristiano heads off up the beach back towards his rooms. His rooms. I'll leave that too.
I will check my waistband for my gun, and I will head down to the beach.
Right, and there's the click as you... Do you turn off the safety, or...?
Not yet.
Right, so as you move towards the beach, it's just absolute silence. In the darkness, you can hear the crashing waves, but nothing else. It's too quiet after that gunshot. And you see this woman standing over a body, but it's too dark to make out what's happening. What do you do?
I'll say, well, that wasn't particularly smart, given the number of police officers that are right now at the casino.
Unless those police officers work for me instead of you. You weren't paying them enough to be loyal to you.
Is this Violetta? Who is this? I move forward.
And she turns around. And my question for you is, why weren't you able to save Isabella from destroying herself? What happened between the two of you in the past?
Oh. I think that she had been one of those people that I had been in love with but never reciprocated, and it went through a string of bad choices, bad affairs, bad something, and became convinced that in the end it was all Cristiano's fault, that he had somehow ruined her and had developed that notion.
Right. It's a kind of relationship where fans of the series have spliced videos of the two of you to Lady Gaga's Bad Romance or something similar. So complete with like transitioning movie titles, done with a lot of love. So those flashbacks occur. We see those moments. Oh, you're going to say something?
No, I'm waiting. I want to know who's on the ground and who has the gun.
When you look, you realize to the side, the abuela is there. And yeah, you know what? I'm going to say that you see Valerie on the ground and she's not moving.
And who is above her?
It's Isabella with the gun. And she says, I took care of something that you weren't willing to take care of. You've gotten soft, Esteban. We made such glorious plans together, and you were going to let her ruin everything?
You fool. I had everything in hand, and this is
No, you didn't. She was going to go to Antonio and tell him everything.
I think that I closed the gap between her and I. I think that is the point where I am going to give her a good old telenovela slap to bring her to her senses and get the gun out of her hands.
Right, because you can tell she's looking at the abuela and she's considering, you can tell that she's thinking there are witnesses.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If anyone wants to jump in at any point, please feel free. I know Antonio is running around with a gun, and our employada has her special ability. So,
and it's dark, so people can't really see each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there has been the gunshot.
But yeah, so go ahead and strike out, right?
So I'm not taking
I've never seen this move
my
in
twins'
action.
reputation. So I'm not doing that because she knows who I am. But I think that they've just wronged me with those words. I have I caught them off guard. I think that's a GM decision at that point.
I'll say that despite her acting the way, like, the truth is she hadn't really planned on this. She's just pretending. She was caught up with her daughter and everything, and poor Valerie was just at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Then I will roll with a +2 and really hope that I roll well. Well, that's an 8.
Okay. That's good, right?
That is okay, except that I have to mark a condition.
Oh. Ooh, got it. Makes sense. Aren't you full up? Let's see.
I am now full up.
Ooh, so you do the move first and then you do the meltdown? Is that how it works? Or?
Yep.
Okay.
So I essentially give her a slap to inflict a condition, and trying to get the gun out of her hand, and then with the meltdown, condition while in meltdown. Okay. All conditions marked. No, it's when I mark a condition, but all my conditions are already marked. So I am on the cusp.
Got it.
Of a
yeah,
meltdown.
Masks. Right. Not blades, masks. Got it.
Yes.
Yes. So sorry, to answer Antonio's question, it appears that the treasure hunter was shot. This is like telenovela logic. So since she's your NPC, technically, you can let me know if she's just wounded or she's shot, or if it's someone else who's just wearing her hat. Because, yeah. So,
I want to get the gun away from her, and I say, you need to go now.
Yeah, and it's one of those moments where, like, you're both so close to each other. And she starts crying, and she says, he hurt me. Cristiano hurt me so much. He took everything from me, my chance at happiness, my daughter, just everything. He can't get away with this.
You need to go, or your plans will come to nothing.
Why do you care about my plans all of a sudden? You gave up on me. You went and did this foolery on your own. You left me behind.
I never gave up on you.
Are you going to express your love passionately?
Yes, quite badly, as a matter of fact.
Okay. You could roll really well.
It could happen. So I do believe they believe I'm single. I am. Antonio's always dressed to impress. Am I correct?
Yeah, I guess.
So I'm probably echoing Antonio's fashion choices. I'm not trading on my twins' reputation, and I do have driven marked, so that is a flat 0.
Ooh, okay.
That is still an 8.
Oh, nice. Very good. Okay, so okay. On a hit, your target gives themselves to you or reveals a secret they probably shouldn't. Um, let's see. You can see that she's tempted. Like the lips come close, and it's the lighting suddenly changes. It becomes very glowy and soft lighting, and the camera comes in really tight. And back home, everybody's like, oh, like waiting for this kiss. But then she pulls away at the last moment, and she says, "I shouldn't be telling you this, but I wanted to make sure Cristiano would hurt. I've set bombs to go off in the lounge to destroy his chance at any success. There isn't much time left to undo my mistake," she says.
I think I would like to reveal that I've been secretly listening in the whole time.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
So, let's see. Am I in over my head? I would say so. I think I'm always in over my head at this point. Do I work here? I don't think I work on the beach. So that would be a no. And am I dressed to blend in? I think I'm still in my waitress outfit, so no. So that's just a +1.
But still, let's see what happens.
But it's still a 10.
Oh, nice. It's a good thing we deleted those dice, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so I think I am there on the I think there's maybe like a beach umbrella or something that somebody just happened to leave out, or it belongs to the resort, and I'm just crouched down behind this beach umbrella, watching this whole thing unfold. And I think even worse is I think that this is actually Antonio. It looks like Antonio. He's got a gun.
That's right. Oh no.
And yeah, I think I'm going to get away without being spotted, with the knowledge that Antonio left with the gun and went out to this other woman on the beach, and a murder has been committed. I've witnessed another crime.
Oh man, I feel like I want to show up now just after you leave to miss me showing up.
Yeah. I love that idea though. That's so good.
I would like to shout to Marcella, the abuela, to take Isabella and go.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they crossed your paths or if you come on the body of Valerie, or you come upon me and the body of Valerie and it's dark so you can't see me. How do you want to do that, Antonio?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was thinking. I think I come on the body of Valerie, and then I see this dark figure with a gun standing near Valerie's shot body.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a question. Do we want Valerie to be wounded? Do we want her to move in this moment? Or
she's definitely not dead.
Yeah, I think I want her to be wounded right now.
Sure.
And I'm just...
So
oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that at that moment you hear her like kind of like she's coming to, and she starts swearing under her breath, and you see the blood. I mean, you can get her to a hospital in time, but it's a telenovela, so there's a lot of fake blood, all over the place. What do you?
Oh, yeah, we'll see if we get to saving her, because I look at this darkened figure. What's going on here? Are you with Valeria? Are you a part of this? And I draw my gun and point it at you.
There is no time for questions, Antonio. There are bombs planted in the lounge. I suggest you make your way back there if you want to save your business.
Or Cristiano.
Oh yes, or Cristiano, who's headed back that way as well.
How do you know this? Who are you?
Consider me a mysterious benefactor.
Are you trying to mislead, distract, or
Yeah,
Yeah,
this seems
yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
just to see if you're going to step out of the shadows or not against your will?
Luckily, none of my things modify that. So I think there is pressure for them to act in the right way. I don't think they think I've been honest with them because I'm a mysterious figure. So I'm
Yeah.
obviously suspect. So let's say a +1. Rolling my yellow dice. That is a 9.
Ooh, okay. So on a 9, let's see. They're fooled for a moment. You learn a valuable secret or create an opportunity.
If it's okay with you, Antonio, and I'm going to check and confirm with you, Stephen, is it okay if that's the moment that I vanish into the night?
Sure. That works for me.
Yeah, and I will as the crashing of the waves and you hear sounds from the place in Valer, kind of turns, and then I'm going. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Maybe not with that sound, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just double checking. They're fooled for a moment, so that means that Antonio could start suspecting something soon after this, and might have to. But yeah, so you look and he's vanished, he's gone, but you see that Valerie is on the ground. She's trying to get up, but you've heard about the bombs in the lounge and Cristiano. What do you do?
Yeah, and I think that I definitely am leaving to deal with all that because but I think there's definitely like the moment where on camera I'm holding the gun over Valeria and we see like crossing the mind, do I save her or do I end this? And I think that
Ooh.
like at least for this episode we just kind of cut away and we don't
And we don't
see.
know. Yeah. Perfect. Like, and then, so it cuts horribly to a commercial for a moment, and everybody on the couch is like screaming, ah, and they're arguing amongst themselves. He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't hurt her. No, he's better now. No, this is his chance he'll prove that he's always been bad. And like people are just arguing and on couches everywhere, in Mexico. So like, as this is happening. Yeah, so I think this is a good time to cut back for a moment. If everyone's okay with it, right? We'll cut back to Cristiano. Possibly our empleada could show up, but Cristiano, so you're running back to the to the resort. Christina's arms are tight around you. What do you do?
I go back to the lounge, obviously.
Obviously, yes.
Obviously, to the lounge.
Right. Who's always there that you can always depend on in moments like these?
This is the bartender. It sounds like you start to cheers there. Yeah, so the bartender who occasionally babysits for Christina. We'll say her name is Daphne. Daphne the bartender.
Sure, I like it.
Yep. And so I take Cristiano takes Christina back to the lounge. It's past closing time now, so there's no one there. Daphne was just closing up. And I sit Christina down on the stool and ask Daphne to get a nice drink for like a warm milk for Christina and something very stiff for me. And as Daphne goes to get it from the shelf, I say to Christina, "Now, you must remember never to talk about what we saw tonight."
But
you need to keep it inside and just only let it out when you're doing auditions for various roles.
Yes. Right. Just like last time Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
like
Daddy.
last time, exactly. So, I mean, I
Okay.
think that's just how you got that role in that really good advert.
Right.
By remembering
And
that
everyone loved me in it. It was so great.
time. Yes.
And Daddy, but how about Uncle Antonio? I'm so worried. Is he going to be okay? I heard that sound.
He'll be back soon. He'll be fine.
Okay, she says, and it's that harrowing moment when you realize children don't quite understand what happened, but you don't know if they really didn't understand or if it's just in the moment. But before you can respond, Daphne puts the warm milk out for Christina, gives you a stiff drink. I feel like maybe it's like whiskey or something similar. And Daphne looks at the two of you, but she has a bartender face, which is like, I'm not going to ask. So unless you tell me, I won't know. It's just all on her face. She's just looking at the two. She's like she's a dark blonde with large eyes. She's a little heavy set, beautiful, like all these telenovela people are. Like she's too beautiful to be a bartender, but it's a telenovela. So, but yeah. And she looks at you and she says, she doesn't say anything out loud. She just looks at you like, are you going to tell me what happened? Silently, she asks.
Cristiano takes the shot straight back. Another, please, Daphne. Another.
So she pours another drink and she says, the last time you let me give you whiskey, your ex was involved.
Yes, Daphne, it's been a harrowing night, and I feel so alone right now.
And I think this is like, there's a fan page dedicated to the two of you, but it's never happened on the series yet. But she leans in close, and unless something has happened between the two of you before, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Cristiano would have definitely tried before. So whether or not she's turned him down, he will have tried.
Right. And I think what Daphne, like, it would have been obvious that she wanted to, but she didn't want to be another notch for you. Like, she just didn't want to be part of your collection, as it were. Yeah. So, and she has probably used the move what's that move? Process your feelings out loud at one point in the past of the series about it. But yeah, so she looks at you and she says, well, I don't know, Cristiano. I don't want you to. I feel like maybe you just need to be alone tonight just to gather your thoughts. You're always a mess when your ex is involved.
Daphne, I reach out my hand for Daphne. Tonight of all nights, I do not need to be alone. Tonight of all nights, I need to be close to someone.
Ooh, so are you demanding what you deserve?
Is it demanding what you deserve or expressing your love passionately?
Yeah, I guess it depends on what you want to get out of this.
Yeah, it's not love. So I guess it is then demanding what you deserve.
Right.
Am I the center of attention? I better be.
Yes.
Always trying. Are you offering something of value in return? Cristiano is offering himself. Surely that is a great day. I think that's the same line I used last time.
Yeah, actually, I think it's going to be a staple for Cristiano. But I will say it is valuable to her, so you can have another +1 for that.
Okay. And do they love you in this moment? Um,
Ooh.
yeah, yes, I'm showing weakness. So perhaps this is a time when Daphne thinks that maybe there's something there.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so we'll take
A +3.
let's see. 7, so 10.
Ooh. Mhm.
I'll remove.
So you get to remove one of the options. Yep.
I'll remove the runaway.
Ooh. Okay. Oh gosh. I'm gonna say she concedes to you, and you get to clear a condition. You did roll high enough. I think it's okay to justify that.
Okay. So I'm no longer lustful because I'm such a bad father. Christina's being left at the bar with her warm milk. Well, Dad and I go off to one of the dressing rooms.
And a bomb.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that in a bit. So
I think
uh-huh.
someone will probably come back and just see Christina sitting there with her warm milk. Whoever gets back first.
Yeah. So Daphne leans in and she says, I'm going to regret this, aren't I? But yeah. So but the thing is, the camera moves, and then we see Christina sitting at the bar, kicking her legs to and fro, drinking her milk, and then we hear the sound deet, 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 and we know that the bombs have been activated. So I think this is a good time to take our last break for the session. So we'll have a 5-minute break, and then we'll get back into it. Is that cool with everybody? Okay, I'll see everybody in 5 minutes.
I dropped a Daphne picture in there, but
Oh,
all
you're so helpful.
and the detective.
Oh, I love it.
We still
Oh,
have to decide on Isabella.
perfect. Oh my gosh, you're so good at this. Yeah. The detective is exactly what I imagined, actually. Complete with the salt and pepper hair.
Yeah.
This terrible guy who just gets the most money to do someone's bidding.
Oh yeah.
And I like the idea of usually this actor is a good guy in other shows, so it's so weird that he's being a badish guy of this one. But yeah, I love this. I love the fact that Christiana has a daughter. It's so cute. Really. Oh, sorry, you're muted.
I would say that was a great ad that you did. That the daughter. That was a nice touch.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we're back from our commercial break. And so, of course, this is a good time for someone to stumble in. I feel like it makes sense if it's maybe the employada, just to really like put her in over her head. But who would like to stumble in?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, because I mean, she overheard that there were bombs, right?
And you were the first to leave, yeah.
Yeah. So I like the idea that she stumbles in right after we come back from the break, and she's like running barefoot and like holding her heels in her hands because she's running through sand and everything else. And she runs in, and immediately, like, first thing she does is just like put her heels on the ground and make sure that she gets her heels back on, because that's very important. And then just immediately yells out like, "There's bombs! There's bombs somewhere in the lounge!"
Okay. I really like this. I feel like maybe you're acting with desperation because we have to see if everyone's going to believe you or waste precious time asking you what's happening.
Yeah, I like that. I think, yeah, she's just like looking around shouting this and, you know, looking for somebody to help because she's very in over her head. So acting with desperation. So yeah, she's definitely in over her head. Is she doing this for love? I mean, she doesn't want. There are possibly people here that she loves that she doesn't want to die, you know, in a bomb explosion. So yes.
Yeah, she's looking for Christiana, maybe.
Yeah,
who's off with Daphne.
Right. Vengeance, I would say no. So that's a +2, and I have a -1 to act desperately. So I'm at +1 total.
Ooh, okay.
And that is a 5.
Ooh, okay. So first, let me know which
your dice today are
I know.
Robert.
They're either very high or very low.
Right. Just swinging back and forth.
Yeah, I'm gonna mark hopeless.
Makes sense. Yeah, and so as you look around, I'm gonna say, like, as you shout, sorry. I'm just realizing what's happening. As you shout, someone covers your mouth. And you're pulled in, and you see the detective who you recognize from earlier at the crime scene. And he says, now, little bird. I think we should stay nice and quiet, don't you? He says, and he starts pulling you away from the bar. Away from the lounge, I mean, but yeah. And you can see, like, around him, the other police are there. And he says, now, make sure that everything is going to go off without a hitch. Make sure we have the remote detonation device, and we leave.
Yeah, and I think I'm struggling, and I want to say that, like, maybe I'm, like, kicking my feet, and so, like, I leave one or both of my heels, like, in the lounge somewhere as evidence I was there.
Ooh, okay. Yes. I like that idea. And so you'll have a moment to, like, break free for sure, but you are getting dragged away. My question for you is, why is the detective making sure you're not going to get hurt, even though he doesn't care about anybody else?
Maybe. So I established earlier that I got this job to begin with because my father was an employee also, and I think maybe my father and the detective go way back.
Like he's a family friend.
Yeah, he's a friend of my father's, and has always tried to keep a watchful eye out.
Right.
And so
right.
even though he's technically a bad guy in this case, he's not really a bad guy.
Right. Yeah, and we see flashbacks of him warning you to take the day off, asking you to stay away from Cristiano, and you realize he was trying to warn you about this, like he had known this was going to happen. So he pulls you aside, and quickly, it just happens so quickly, you find yourself in a car with him, and he says, "You're going to have to leave this behind. None of these people, all of these people are just awful. No one is worth saving," he says.
There's good people here. There's people I love.
No, you're too young to understand, Violetta. It isn't love, it's just infatuation. Come home to your father. Leave this all behind. Your father just gave you this job because he thought it's what you wanted, but you break his heart every day that you stay away.
And what would you know of love anyway? You and your police, and I don't even know what you do here. And no, I'm truly in love with Antonio and Cristiano.
I like how smug Robert looks. Anyway, so when you say that, he says love, and you realize like he's giving you this look. Do you want to head this off, or are you going to let him confess to you?
Oh yeah, I'll let him confess.
And he says, "You've been important to me for a long time, little bird. It's just you're your father's daughter, and I owe him so much. And with your father being sick, it didn't seem appropriate."
Well, perhaps it's not appropriate, but that doesn't mean it's wrong.
Ooh. And so he looks at you, and he leans in like he's going to kiss you, and at that exact moment someone pounds on the window and says, "Capitan, we have everything that we need." And he starts rolling down the window, and they have the remote for the bomb. This is your chance to try to take it if you want.
Yeah, I absolutely want to take it. I would like I like the idea that I'm like kind of leaning in for a kiss, almost to distract him, and then reach over to try to grab at the detonator.
Yeah. I'm gonna say because of that kiss, you get an advantage on the roll. So roll with 3 dice, because it's really gonna distract him. And then just take the 2 highest.
And what am I rolling?
We are
move?
rolling act with desperation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm still at a -1 on that. Definitely in over my head. I'm doing it for love. Am I doing it for vengeance? Probably not yet. So yeah. So I will. So there's 1 of my 3. I'll re-roll these 2. Okay, so that's a 10.
Ooh. Okay, so with a 10, you hold it together. Yeah, actually, this is the first time we've had an act with desperation where it actually worked. So you hold it together. Wow, we have such a heroic moment. Like the music gets really loud in the scene. You grab the remote. You hear him gasp, but you rush out of the car. leaving the other shoe behind you, I'm going to say, as you rush back to. I assume you're going to rush back to the lounge? Is that?
Yeah, I think so.
Right, and then this is a good time to. So this is when the abuela is screaming from the screen, like the one at home, going like, "Hurry, hurry, run, little girl!" Like just like screaming at you, the actress who cannot hear her. And so I think it's a good time to cut back to Esteban or Antonio.
I know Antonio. I want to know what Antonio does. I fade into the darkness here.
Do we want to see what happens, or do we want to cut to where Antonio is and we still don't know? Like, what do we think?
I kind of wanted to cut to where Antonio is and we still don't know, because I feel like I want to get at that with like the next last time on.
Ooh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, because like the next time we play, we're gonna skip ahead a few episodes.
No, but I think Antonio is going to try to defuse the bomb.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you can act with desperation, or you could also flash back to preparations, maybe, if you wanted to, like if you suspected something like this might happen.
No, I think I'm trying to defuse the bomb because I kind of want to get blown up, but
Okay.
kind of.
Good point. Okay, so we'll say that. Ooh, I'm gonna give you an option. Do you want to come in seeing that Violetta was being taken away, knowing that it would distract the police, so you could go in and look for the bomb? Or
But no, I think because Christina's there now, I need to save her.
Oh yeah. Makes sense. Right. So you're going to. So does that make sense? Like you saw Violetta being dragged away and let that happen so that you could save Christina?
Yeah. Well,
Right,
maybe
it's
it's like not so much I saw it happen so that I could save Christina, but like I saw it happen, but then I saw Christina there for some reason, unattended, for some reason.
Yeah.
Who knows why?
For some reason. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So, and then that's when you see Christina is like peering over the bar. And where is Daphne? Daphne's not here either. That's so strange. She's like always attending the bar. She never leaves. She's the last person to leave the lounge all the time. And you see Christina like she's peering over the bar, and then you hear the telltale sound, dit, dit, dit. And Christina's like, what's that? And she's about to like tip over on the bar. But yeah, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think we go into like slow motion because that's how the scene actually. Otherwise, it's just a guy running. We see me like grab Christina, and like I'm running like slightly across the bar with Christina, trying to get her to safety.
Right. And Christina's like, Uncle Antonio, what's happening?
Nothing. It's just a game.
No, but Daddy's over there. Daddy's with Daphne. And then like she's trying to run back into the lounge. Is this a time to act with desperation, or?
Yeah, I'm acting with desperation here. I'm doing that.
I'm just double checking if you have any moves that could apply.
No, I don't have any moves for protecting people. I just have moves for finding guns.
Okay, that's totally fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll. Oh
Are you
yeah, and I guess I
handling things?
technically I forgot to activate that move, but I guess I do technically have one on.
Yeah, for your protection.
Yeah.
Right.
Also on Violetta though, because I also offered her protection and she accepted. But yeah, so I've been forgetting to catch those in. Oh well. But yeah,
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll for that, and
Yeah, let's see the questions. Are you handling things head on and without guile?
yeah, I think I am.
Yeah, makes sense.
And yeah, I'm doing this for love, but not for vengeance. So
you're going at a +2.
yeah, and that is a 6.
Oh, okay.
So I think
All right.
I'm willing to save her, but we see me like going out in the explosion, and we don't know what happened.
Ooh, sorry. What? Lo, are you saying something? You look so excited.
Oh, I'm quietly chanting "face certain death," but
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So, but I think I
Oh!
do.
Yes.
I
yes.
but I still mark a condition, right? Because it was a miss.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So let me know which condition you mark, and then we'll definitely say you get Christina out of the way, and then we'll go into.
I guess driven. Driven seems fair here.
Oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Wow, I feel like people back home watching the show are like losing their minds. It's like, no, he's too handsome to die, says the mom watching the show. Something my mom always said while we were watching these things growing up. And so, yeah, we're going to face certain death. So the way that it looks is you pull her, you throw her out. There's other people the few people that are left realize something's happening because they see you. They start rushing out, bringing her. She reaches out a hand to you, and it's quiet, like it's the kind of thing where she's screaming no, but we don't hear anything. And you rush towards the bomb. And in telenovela logic, we don't know how you're going to handle this.
And I think just to clarify, because there are other bombs, right? Just because I don't want to take away getting that remote. Like I think you stop the other ones, but this one for some reason goes off right now.
Yeah. Ooh, we can say that it cuts back to Violetta, like
or even just Christina, like we just see her like playing with the wires.
Right, and then this is the fail-safe bomb, the backup bomb that's still supposed to work. But yeah, okay, I like this a lot. So we're going to, when you face certain death, roll plus condition. So you only have a +1, which is good, which is a good thing. So go ahead and roll. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and I get a 3 or a 4.
No,
I mean that's you get a miss. Best. On a miss, it's
that's good. That's good. That's right. This is like take a powerful blow. Yes.
Yeah, I think we see me like, because I assume like just to add in, like there's like this is a balcony front bar, and we see me being thrown over the side by the explosion, disappearing in the water, and then like just as everything looks lost, we see a boat come up, and in it is Valeria, now with a bandaged shoulder, and we see me riding off in the boat with Valeria, and what is happening?
Ooh, yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, what is happening? So that's a good question.
I'm furious. He died in that explosion, and then I could have taken his place.
You still can. We don't know what's happening next episode.
Yes, we'll come to that. If I have to sink a ship, so
So is that where we want to end the episode? Does that make sense for everybody?
It's actually perfect, I think.
Yeah.
I really
so
do.
Dramatic.
That's a really good cliffhanger.
Yeah. I feel like we can't go on from that moment. It's too good. Yeah. It's too good. Yeah. So I think on that note, we're going to see the credits roll, right? So they come up, the song comes back on again, and we see the flashbacks, and people on the couch are discussing their theories about what could happen, what they saw on Reddit, so on and so forth. And so, I think we're going to end the recording here as well. We'll debrief right after this, but thank you so much to everybody who watched this really great episode. Thank you so much to all our players. Bye.